Welcome back to Healthier Vibrations. Today we're going to discuss Ayurvedic oral care.
I want to go over a couple of things today about the importance of taking care of our sense organs and a couple basic Ayurvedic tips. So for those of you students who have taken Ayurvedic lifestyles with me, you've already learned this, but I'm going to go over two different things today that are really important for maintaining the proper health of your mouth and proper maintenance of your actual tongue, because your tongue is a sense organ. And when your mouth and your tongue are not properly maintained and taken care of, you have the tendency to not really translate your flavors properly. Your sense of taste can be altered, and you may eat differently based off of that or consume your flavors differently. So one of the first things that I always recommend that people do for oral care, and it's been recommended for a long time through Ayurveda, is mouth filling. So first of all, let's go over what can you put in your mouth fill. So it really depends on the overall landscape or condition of your mouth, but some people have dry mouths. That would be more vata influenced, or it could be hydration as well, which would equally affect vata. Some people have more hot inflamed mouths where it's kind of like red and patchy, maybe real red at the tip, or even like some little sores on it from it being so inflamed. And then some people have more of a kapha type of mouth, and their tongues tend to be bigger, wider, thicker, and they're more prone towards coating in the mouth. Now, obviously, when you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth. But I also recommend, and so does Ayurveda, scraping your tongue with a tongue scraper. Get off any of that nasty coating that might be there. Unless your tongue is red, inflamed, or dry, then you may not need to scrape your tongue every day. So the mouth fill. This is something that I do every single day. And like I said, it depends on what your mouth landscape is like. So I'm just going to go over some general stuff. Those who've taken my classes, we go into it in a lot more detail. So this particular blend I've made for myself, I have a particular Ayurvedic herbinate called Triphala. So that helps take care of, purge any type of Vata Pitta Kapha from the mouth. I also have in here quite a bit of Himalayan salt to cut down on any type of krumi. So krumi is any type of microorganism in Ayurveda. I also have in here black pepper, but my constitution tolerates that. And then I also have turmeric. I have some fennel, some cardamom, and there's a lot of different things you can put in here. So it really depends on your constitution, but you can do things like cumin, fennel, cardamom, cinnamon, turmeric. What else? You can put different types of spices like amalaki, musta. But if you just look around in your kitchen, you'll probably have like cumin, cardamom, cinnamon, clove is also a really good one, and black pepper. So you just grind it up really, really fine, like in a coffee grinder, if it's in seed form, and then take 1 teaspoon or so. You don't need a ton. Oh, we're gonna have to heat up the water. So while the water heats up, I want to go over one other thing that I'm going to be talking about, which is oil pulling. Oil pulling is a really important thing. Let me get a little cup here. So oil pulling in the morning really helps with the process of what's called Shivo Virechana. And Shivo Virechana is a medicinal or karmic action, same thing, karmic action, where it drains or pulls away any toxins from the head, neck, and oral pharyngeal region. So oil pulling also depends on your constitution. You can use sesame oil, you can use coconut oil. Right now I'm using a sesame oil. So, okay, water's getting hot. So let's go over mouth filling. So you've got your spices in your cup. Go ahead and put just the quantity of a mouthful, okay? And then while this is in my mouth, it's got to be in there for like a minute. You're going to want to have your cheeks really puffed up so that you salivate, and then you're going to want to spit it out. So bottoms up. Let's do our mouth fill. Partition. So normally you're going to want to hold that in your mouth for a full minute, and it should be pretty spicy. Not spicy as in hot, but it's got a lot of flavor in it, and it provokes a lot of salivation so that you clear away the head, neck, oral pharyngeal region. And if you've got the right spices in there and the right medicinal properties in there, it's very antibacterial and antiviral also. So that's one of the first things that I do every single morning is a mouth fill. It's also really good for any type of gum disease or mouth disease. And you're going to want to make your combination based off of your mouth. Then the next thing I do is oil pulling. So I take about a tablespoon of oil. Like I said, you can use raw organic sesame. You can use coconut oil. There's a lot of also fancy ones that you can order online at like Let's All Be Healthy or Behind Botanicals. So again, take this. You're going to put it in your mouth. And the key is you got to swish, 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 swish. Okay, and while I do that, I'm going to make some tea. And I'm going to prepare what I'm going to be making later. So later on, I'm going to have a whole batch of fresh, tender asparagus with spices. My mom's bringing over a fresh batch of garden lettuce. So I'll put a big bed of that, and almonds. So put your oil in your mouth, and you got to hold. Like you really want to do it bare bone minimum 1 minute. The longer you do the oil pulling, let's say 5 minutes, the better, because it pulls toxins from your head. It's excellent for your cheek wrinkles because it helps strengthen and stimulate. And plus the oil, it's actually absorbed transcutaneously, so it helps nourish the entire region as well as the head neck region. It's good for TMJ, it's good for gum disease. So bottoms up. You gotta swish it. Mustard seeds. Keep going. All right, so normally you're gonna wanna do that for about 5 minutes. It's really moisturizing. It helps get rid of toxins. It's good for your gums, good for your lips, it's good for your cheeks, it's good for your entire head, neck region. You can easily toss back that little teaspoon, tablespoon of oil, swish, 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 really vigorously. Keep going for like 5 minutes and then go about your business, do your duties in the kitchen or your stuff upstairs, whatever it is that you're going to do for the day. Make yourself some tea. Today I'm going to have fresh culinary sage tea because it's being offered in the backyard. A little scoop of turmeric. Very antibacterial, antioxidizing, anti-aging. Go ahead and pour some hot water in there, some turmeric, some sage, throw some lemon in there. Take a look at what's growing in your area and check if it's medicinal, if it's edible. So that'll be a nice hot tea this morning because you want to flush out your guts, clean out your intestines. Don't throw some food straight in, hydrate it. So usually in the morning I take in a big glass of hot water. I do my mouth routine and then decide what's for breakfast after all that's been done. So of course, me and my oranges. I'm going to have a nice blood orange this morning. Peel and all, get the pectin, get the vitamins, get the vitamin C, get the fresh fruit, get the mind stimulation, and then I'll follow it up with 1 clove just for digestion as well. So I hope that's been helpful and that you can establish some sort of mouth care routine other than just brushing your teeth and flossing your teeth. You may want to incorporate in tongue scraping, mouth filling, oil pulling. Make sure you're really hydrating all of your organs. So I'm going to make up some asparagus. I'm going to cook it up in some delicious spices, some mustard seeds in particular today, because the mustard seeds are very heating, warming, and will help purge out any kapha or stagnant chi that's been accumulating through the wintertime. And then I'll put it on a nice bed of green vegetables, and I'll add in my soaked almonds that I soaked overnight. And then I might throw some other stuff in it, like some dandelion greens. Sounds like a lot of vegetables, but that's what I like to eat. So have a great day, guys.
Be sure to visit healthiervibrations.com for more education and information on the Ayurvedic Yoga Awakening certification programs.